Anxiety, the monster locked inside of me, chokes me up till I can't breathe. Fear-soaked tears run down my cheeks. Anxiety, it feels just like I can't break free. Go to the tide, throw it in the sea, but it always floats back to me. Anxiety, it haunts me. Oh, anxiety. Hi, my name is Wave Wildman, but my artist name is Wave in all capital letters, and I will be participating in the first annual Battle of the Bands at Rollins College. I am originally from just outside of Chicago, Illinois in Lake Forest, and then when I was 7, my dad got a job opportunity in California, so I moved to Malibu, California when I was 7, and then I've been living here ever since starting college. Back in Chicago, that was kind of like my first place of being introduced to music. My family and I, my brothers, my mom, my dad, and my sister, we would go on my dad's motorboat all the time on Lake Michigan, and we would make snow cones and listen to old music like Prince and Frank Sinatra. And that was kind of like my first time being exposed to music and like dancing on the boat. It was truly a wonderful time and some of my fondest memories of my young childhood years. And then in Malibu, I have a lot of fond memories around musical theater. For a long time, I thought that was what I was gonna end up doing with my life. Musical theater really got me out of my shell. In 2nd grade, I went to a local children's community performance of The Little Mermaid, and they were on those like Heelys, if you remember that. And I just like knew that that's what I wanted to do. And so the next year I did Peter Pan, and it's really what got me out of my shell and got me to be who I am today. So I really got into music through musical theater. I remember taking voice lessons starting in the 3rd grade, and I just had so much fun singing. And then in the 5th grade, I really realized that I liked to write as well. So I was in choir in 5th grade, and then I started writing as well around that time, just doing like creative writings. And then in 7th grade, I realized that I could actually write music as like a way to cope with what I was going through, because middle school was probably some of the harder years of my life, and so it was really how I just coped with what I was going through with my anxiety and my depression and stuff like that. And then leaving like from the mental health, one of the artists that inspire me the most in the music I make is 21 Pilots. They're an alternative group from Ohio, and a lot of their music deals with the themes of a lot of their music deals with themes of like mental health and just like coping with it, and that group of people that you can just rely on, you know, who relate to you and see you and what you're going through. And so that's really what I want to do with my music, is just inspire people to, you know, like push through even when things are difficult, and just know that they're not alone in what they're going through. And yeah, I would say my music is a lot more pop than 21 Pilots, but I think I just have a voice that kind of lends that way. I found out through Jam-Out Club through one of my sisters named Nora. Her, Magnolia, and I were all performing in Battle of the Bands. We're also sisters of a social sorority here on Rollins College campus, and she invited me to a open mic night at a nearby coffee shop, and I went and I performed, and I had just so much fun, like getting to share my music and share covers, and just getting to hear everyone else and, you know, what they have to share with the world, especially Nora. I had never really heard her sing or write music, the music she's written before, and it was really amazing to kind of, you know, see her life experience through her music.
Yes. So, what made you want to join the Battle of the Bands competition?
I really decided that I wanted to join Battle of the Bands because I thought it would be a great way to get more involved on campus and in the campus community, and kind of like promote myself and my music as I continue on this journey. But I'm really excited just to perform and get to, you know, hear audiences' reactions and, you know, see what they relate to. That's really important to me. And then I'm really excited to hear everyone else perform and just hear their messages and hear their stories. I think it's such an amazing opportunity to be in the first Battle of the Bands at Rollins. My brother performed in a Battle of the Bands in his high school when I still lived in Chicago, and I remember going to see him, and I just thought that was awesome and like amazing. And I know that a bunch of high schools and colleges do it. And I know this will become a huge thing going forward. So it's going to be really exciting to kind of make that mark on Rollins through being in this first battle of the bands, and just to see how it progresses and come back. And I can't wait to just see like the 8-hour long show that's going to be here probably pretty soon in the coming years. I'm very excited, and I'm very grateful to have this opportunity.
And I guess to bring it back to you again, because your brother was a performer, so I think your whole family is very musical then, to an extent. Is that safe to assume somewhat?
With my family, my great-grandmother, I think she was very much musically inclined, multi-talented musician, singer. My parents are not so musically inclined, but my brother, he's a guitarist, and he sings, and we like a lot of the same alternative music, like My Chemical Romance and Fall Out Boy. And then my sister is also very musically inclined. Not only is she an incredible dancer, but she's an amazing singer, and she goes to NYU Tisch right now for musical theater, and I can't wait to see her on Broadway one day.
Right. I'm going to bring it back to you again. How do you describe the vibe of Wave?
Yeah. So if we're talking about the essence or the vibe of Wave and her music, I would really say my music is something that you would sit in a coffee shop and listen to while you do homework, or just like look out the window into the rain and just like think about life and, like what you've been through and how much like you've been through and how much stronger you are now because of what you've gone through. It's very like contemplative music. And I think it's just something for people who are, going through a lot, or maybe not going through a lot, who've been through a lot, to listen to and just, kind of find solace in that. So I would say, Wave's vibe is a coffee shop, looking out the window, just listening to music that, it kind of feels like it was made for you.
And so, Wave, you're going to have a pretty big crowd out there in the lawn area, and be playing for a lot of people. How did you suggest they dance when Miss Wave Wildman is performing up there?
Yeah, so with Wave's music, it's a very simple motion. It's mostly just like a head bob. Like, anxiety, the monster locked inside of me, something like that. So just kind of like a nice head bob, like almost like you're listening to Christian worship music, but it's like worship music for the life that you've lived. You know what I mean? So I would definitely say a nice little like head bob, like you're at like a chill rave. Yeah, that's the best way I would describe it.
Awesome. Any closing remarks or words for our lovely viewers?
Yeah, so closing remarks, make sure you join Jam-Out Club if you go to Rollins College, and make sure you follow me on my Instagram, music_by_wave. I'll be posting a bunch of covers on there and on my YouTube. And yeah, just go out there, live life, know that you're not alone in what you're going through, and that someone will always have your back, even if it's just the music you listen to. Sitting on the floor, a lump stuck in my throat. A pounding in my chest, gotta deal with this alone. Can't reason with a beast that isn't logical. Gone from something helpful to hostile. Demon that plays an angel.